Okay, my camera's turning. Maybe I should get some water too. Okay, hold on. Hey y'all. Do I like that one? No. Okay, let's run this back. Hey lovelies, welcome back to my channel. So today is May 6th, and I am coming back with another video because I know that I have been gone for a long time. I think I posted my last video. This piece of hair is really bothering me, but I posted my last video in February, I believe, and I just want to give you guys the rundown, a timeline. I have not gotten my situation together back there, but I just want to give y'all like a timeline sequence of events of what's been going on and why I've been gone and all this stuff. As y'all know, the semester has ended. It's grind time. I'm ready to graduate. So that's the first thing. Of course, I was in school, semester started, whatever. Cool. That's cool. That's cool. I think I told y'all in the last video that I got a job. So yes, I have a job. You know, I've been working or whatever the case is. Cool. I look cute. But yeah, so yeah, I've been working and everything like that. Okay, February I posted my last video. February I had family problems, not family problems, but you know, there were things going on within like my family and everything like that. You know, people go through hard times. Cool. Then I think in February, on my mom's birthday in February, I got a job. Cool. February went by. March. So March I have been working, school working, you know, little things come at you here and there, all that stuff like that. So one day in March I was at work. It was March 20 something. I was at work. I had just got to work. Mind you, that same day I went to work and I thought I had to be to work at like 1 to 8 or something. And I'm sorry. And come to find out, I had to be to work at like 12, I think. 12:30. And it was 12 and I had just got out the shower and I was like, oh my God, I had just checked the schedule and I was like, oh my God, girl, you gotta go. So I rushed, put on my clothes, finished getting dressed, put on my clothes. So I got there at like, you know, at a decent time. It was a little after 12:30, but I got there. So, you know, you have a grace period or whatever. So I got there, cool. Literally, I was there for about a good hour and my phone started blowing up and it was a phone call after phone call. So I saw it and I was too afraid to answer the phone. So, who called me? My mama called me, my auntie called me, my other auntie called me. Then my sister called me. Once my sister called me, it's like, okay, you know, when your sibling call you, you feel different. Like you feel like it's something going on for real. Which all the time, like it's something going on regardless, because all these people don't call you before. My eyebrows look good. Okay, anyways, so all of them was calling. So I stepped to the side. I went to like a manager or whatever, and I was like, I said my whole family is like calling me and I don't know what's going on. So do y'all mind if I like go outside and like call somebody back or whatever? So it was like, yeah, sure, go ahead, whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. I go outside, I'm standing outside, whatever, and I called my aunt back. I called my sister, she didn't answer. I called my aunt back, and, you know, everybody was sitting at home, and she was like, you know, we're trying to get everybody home, and I was like, what's going on? And she was like, Dale, which is my granddad, they was like, he's not doing well, he's not doing too good, cool, whatever. So I'm standing outside crying, and I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I'm not staying here no more. I was like, I gotta go. Mind you, I was at work for like a good hour or so. So I went back in there, and I didn't even know how to form the words, didn't know how to form the sentence. I was telling the people, I was like, my granddad is not doing good, and I basically have to get home. I'm all the way in Tallahassee. I live in Miami, and I live in Miami, and I have to leave. So they was like, okay, go ahead, go see, before you go see if you could take a leave of absence and everything like that, whatever. So I went in there, I talked to the people, they told me the situation and what to do. So I left, I clocked out and I left, and I went home, I got me some clothes, and I got on the road. And I didn't get home until 10 o'clock that night. But I just knew what I had to do. So basically, when I got home 10 o'clock at night, the next morning, because of COVID and everything, they have like heavy restrictions and everything like that. So basically, so I could get in and get out and come back up here, that I think it was a Friday that I left. So that Saturday morning, it was like, you're the first person to get up and go see your granddad in the hospital, because he was in the ICU. So one person could go see him at a time. So I was sitting in there, hey, Dale, da, 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 all this stuff. But, he wasn't so responsive and everything. But my granddad, he was like, he was up in age. So it's like, I understand. I had to process a lot of stuff over the months, like, because I never dealt with, like, somebody being so close to me, somebody who basically raised me and all that stuff. Like, I never dealt with stuff, like, so close to home like that. So I was sitting in the hospital with him and everything, and I was talking to him, whatever. He was in and out and stuff like that. So then it was like, I was like, okay, I would say, hey, Dally, and he'd be like, And like, my granddaddy, he wasn't like no talkative person or nothing. So he would just be like, And then the last thing I heard, I was like, okay, Dally, I love you, da, 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 da. And my granddaddy ain't never say, I love you. But the thing about it is that he said, And I said, okay. He said, I love you too. And that's what I took and ran with. And I was cool with that. So, yeah, literally on Christmas of 2020, my granddaddy gave me like a kiss on my cheek for the first time in my life. Do y'all know how happy I was? I was like, oh my God. But like, if y'all knew my granddaddy, like, y'all would, like, if you know him, you have to know him to love him, basically. That's how it was. So yeah, so time went by, you just have to, try to keep your mind off stuff. So it's like, we're doing stuff to try to keep our mind off stuff. And I'm like, okay, when I'm going back, because I have all these shifts that I have to work, and it kind of did set me back, like, financially. But it's like, I wouldn't change that for the world. I don't regret not being at work. I don't regret it at all. Like, it is what it is. I would rather be with my family, knowing that we're all here to cope with this situation together and all that stuff like that, than be up back at Tallahassee, then get phone calls that something had happened, da, 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 da. Yeah. So fast forward, I went to the hospital to see him. Days went by. Okay, one day I was getting up. I had to be to work at 4 in the afternoon. So I said, I think that was a Wednesday. It was March 31st. It was a Wednesday. And I was getting up to go. No, I was supposed to leave Miami like at 8 o'clock in the morning. No, like 7 o'clock in the morning, actually. And then I was up. I had class that day too. So I was up doing whatever. And then I was like, I'm just not going to go back today. Because mind you, I was still in the process of the leave of absence. So I had to keep calling out. So that was fine. But I was doing a leave of absence or whatever, and then I had put a return date, but I had to extend the return date. So basically, I had to extend the return date. So March 31st, it was like 8 something. I literally was like, you know what? I'm just get up and go back. I gathered all my stuff, went and got in the car, drove, because I live in an apartment, so I drove out of the, mind you, before I left, I talked on the phone to my auntie, and I was like, I'm gonna just get up and go. Now I was like, I'm not going back to Tallahassee. Like, I'm not driving today. Like, I'm not going. And she was like, okay, cool. I get in the car, drive out the gate. Like, there's a guardhouse in the front. Out the gate, right to the guardhouse. I called my auntie, and I said, okay, I decided that I'm gonna leave. I'm just leave, go to work, whatever. She was like, no, do me a favor, turn around, go back in the house. So I said, why? Not thinking about anything, but I said, why? Like, why? And she was like, just do me a favor, turn around, go back in the house. So I said, okay. So I turned back around. I went and parked my car, and I didn't immediately get out the car or nothing. So I see my mama walk out the house, and she stood there, and I'm like, okay. So she turned around and went back. Then she came back, and I rolled my window down, and I rolled it back up, and I got out the car. And then I walked over to her, and then she was like, he didn't make it. And from there, I was just like, wow. Like this happened to me. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen, bro. So the crazy thing is, the day before, so March 30th, basically, me and one of my cousins, because that was my last day there, me and one of my cousins, we were going to see him in the hospital, because they had said that they were transporting him from ICU to hospice. And mind you, the floor that he was on, the ICU was to the right and hospice was to the left. So we went to the hospital that day, and what kind of took us so long to go to the hospital, because we were waiting on them to tell us that he was transported from room to room. So my grandma kept calling, and they had not said anything, whatever. And me and my cousin were there, and we were at like the security desk or whatever, because with hospice, they allow more than one person to go see the patient. So the man we kept saying, he's in hospice, giving this man the room number that they gave us and everything. He's in hospice, The man's calling up to hospice. They're not answering. I mean, they're saying that he's not there. Then he's calling to the ICU, and they're saying he's not there. So we're like, where the hell is he? Like, what are y'all doing? Did y'all lose him? Like, what's going on? So nobody had an answer. So I mean, we left the hospital, whatever. So then literally the next morning they called and said that he didn't make it. So I mean, that was a hard time for us and everything. So then I had to stay there another week. So I had to keep calling out or whatever. So yeah, so you know, we went through the process. I've never been in a funeral planning process and everything like that. But I mean, I still don't really know like the financial parts of planning a funeral. I know it's a lot, but I mean, I wasn't too deep into it, but you know, I helped with like the obituary and everything like that, getting pictures. It was like a nice bonding time, because it's like we put out pictures of him that we've never seen before, because he wasn't so much of like a photogenic person. Like when we went on vacation and stuff, like he stayed home, and it's like our family is full of females. It's like, okay, I have a male cousin, I have 3 male cousins, but it's like I have a sister, and I have 3 female cousins and 7 grandkids. So I mean 2 female cousins, and then my mama and her sisters, which are my aunts, and then we have like, it's no boys. So it's like he never really went. It's just weird. It was just like, it's like we knew him for who he was. It's like my granddaddy was just Dele. Like, that was just him. And I'm actually glad that I had like, you know, the chance to like grow up with him. And because, you know, some people lose their grandparents when they're like young, so it's like, oh, they didn't too much have memories with them. But I have memories with my granddaddy. Like, he used to, my whole senior year of high school, he came to pick me up from school every day, calling me, where you at? Mind you, school just got out. Where you at? Where you at? Hurry up. And it's like, sir, like, you gonna let me walk to the car? Like, so it's just like, you know, I had so many memories with him and all that stuff like that. And it was just so sad to see him go. Like, the whole, oh, you have to come to the hospital to view the body and stuff. When I said that was so new to me, I had so much to process, so much to deal with. And I had, like, a lot of people supporting me. Like, I really did. And I'm, like, so thankful for that. But it's just, like, it was a process in itself. It was something so, like, scary for me to deal with. But, you know, I think I'm pretty strong. So I made it through. But, you know, just thinking, like, on my way home, like, me driving, which probably wasn't the best thing, but I mean, it is what it is. Just thinking, crying, a lot going on, all this stuff. And it's like, you know, when it finally set in, it's like, wow, like, I can't even walk in the house. And because my granddaddy, he sat outside a lot and stuff. He used to work on cars and everything. So it's like, I can't even walk in the house and be like, hey, Dale, da da da, all this stuff. And it's just weird. It's gonna be weird, like, for a very long time. It's just gonna be weird. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. It's gonna be weird. That's all I could say. It's something that you have to live with. Like, I understand the life and death process and everything. You're born to die, basically, and it's just a lot that you have to process. And it's like, wow, like, I just cannot believe this happened. But I'm okay. I have good days, I have bad days. It's been a month since he's been gone, so I feel like I just wanted to come back and, like, you know, talk to y'all and tell y'all how everything's going and stuff like that. So yeah, and over it, like, me coping with it, I mean, I feel like I keep saying, I feel like we're like, as a family, I feel like we're all doing pretty good. So that's that. That's cool. I told y'all that story. Cool. I'm glad y'all were here to stick with me and hear it. Okay, that's one of the main reasons why I've been gone. Then just this past weekend, because I actually just got back to Tallahassee, so just this past weekend I went on a little vacation. Okay, this piece of hair is so fucking ugly. Okay, there we go. So I went on, like, a vacation, but I didn't record anything. I realized that I should have vlogged it, but it's like, it was more of a personal thing. So it was like, we didn't record anything, but I mean, I could put a little bit of 1-2 pictures in or whatever. But yeah, so I took off work and they didn't put me back on the schedule for the whole week, and I kind of worked tomorrow. So I had went to Orlando for a few days. I wish I would have did, like, a house tour. When I tell y'all, the house that we stayed in was so nice. It was like, wow, Nyjah, work your ass off, get you a job so you can afford one, okay? And that's the goal. So I went there. Then I went to Daytona with my sister. I could put some clips in from that. We did a little bit of recording because we went to Starbucks. I got some drinks off TikTok. Okay, so I got a Granddaddy lemonade with 6 pumps of raspberry syrup. And it tastes sour. But I'm gonna stick with them. I'm gonna stick with them. Okay. This is your man. That's him. You're okay with that? What is that? That's mine. And I'm gonna stick with him. Like, oh, did I say that I passed all my classes again? Like, yeah, like, like I said, it's grind time and it's time to get this shit done because I'm tired of being here. Oh, here we go. Story. So basically, I live in this apartment right now, townhouse, whatever you want to call it. So I'm moving out. Ask me why. Because 2 of my roommates are moving out. There's a 3-3. My roommates upstairs are moving out. So you would think, as a landlord, you go find 2 new tenants, or instead you go and you put 2 rooms up for sale instead of up for rent instead of the whole house. But basically, because they're leaving, it's my responsibility to find 2 new roommates, or 1, so we could split the cost of the last vacant room. But basically, I understood the game, you know, because it's like, okay, you're more liable to get 3 people over 2 people. And then it's like, okay, if you get 3 and you only got 2 rooms available, the 3rd person is going to turn it back, which is going to make all 3 of the people turn it back. So I mean, I understood that. It was cool, whatever. So yeah, that's what's happening too. And then I was in the process of looking for a 1-bedroom apartment, but I just knew honestly right now I could not afford that. I didn't want my experience of moving into my first apartment to be like my first big girl apartment to be weird like that. So it's like, okay, I'll find me a place to stay, which I haven't like filled out the paperwork yet, but I kind of found a place. And then I'm just gonna do what I have to do to graduate so I can just be completely done with Tallahassee. Maybe come back for homecoming and stuff like that, but just so I could be completely done with Tallahassee and everything like that. So I mean, that's another shindig that I'm dealing with. And yeah. Yeah, so I think that's really it right now. Within the months that has gone by that I have not posted anything, that's kind of what happened and everything that I've been going through. So yeah, I just wanted to go back and tell you guys that I'm back and I want to post more videos. I wish I would have recorded this look because it's cute as hell. And I did a bleach bath with this hair, let me tell you that. So that's it for this video. I just wanted to come back and tell you guys that I'm back and I'm better and I'm getting better and we're here. So okay, yeah, so thank you all for watching my video, and thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for being a subscriber. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for thinking about subscribing to my channel. Thank you about thank you for just watching my videos and everything. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at lovelynight_. And yes, and oh, make sure y'all like my last picture, cute too. I was a bad bleep. So yeah, thank you for watching my video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye lovelies.